Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Patton. I'm part of Group 4 with Rachel Montoya and Robert Campos. We are leading this discussion number 13. It's kind of a milestone discussion because we are now only dealing with one text, the Teacher Action Research text by Gerald Pine. And in this discussion we are talking about Chapter 10 of that text. Chapter 10 of Teacher Action Research is about case studies, and my own personal reaction when I started reading it was, I don't know, I was a little unsure because, to be honest, I didn't exactly understand what a case study was. It is a really broad term that refers to a type of research, usually, I thought, that I'm not particularly comfortable with. I suppose I've always thought that case studies have more to do with quantitative or qualitative research paradigms than action research. But after reading this chapter, I do fully understand that case studies are really quite suited to action research. The text states that case studies are an empirical tool, but it's actually more than that. There are many, many advantages of case study. The one that I connected with most was that case studies are a step to action. I feel like I understood this in that through a case study you can understand a specific problem and begin to identify what needs to be done about that problem. The text states that case studies can assist in the identification of educationally relevant variables and the condition under which they are effective. So the text goes on to detail the different types of case studies, and it talks about case studies of programs, and the example it uses is appreciative inquiry, retrospective case studies of curriculum, case studies of the individual, and one particular type of case study that I found really relevant and quite poignant is the cultural inquiry process. I think this is particularly important in action research because part of this process and the implementation requires teachers, researchers to evaluate their own biases, because the book states that anyone who studies culture brings their own biases. So people, educators in particular, need to work closely with families in order to, and students to kind of deal with the biases that come to the table, the different lenses through which we view the world. So I actually found this a really interesting chapter. I know a lot more about case studies, and I look forward to reading your responses to the questions.